What's up, netizens? You're watching DarkStar. My name is Anthony. I'm joined by fellow reactioners Joey, Bree, Chris. What's up, guys?
Yeah.
They're going to be watching Red vs. Blue, Season 10, Episodes 15 through 16. TEX v. Carolina. Let's get into it.
A new challenger has arrived. Today's match
Here we
is
go.
Agent Texas versus Agent Carolina.
Gonna win?
Okay, just pick a piece of equipment you know how to use already. Or just grab everything and anything. That works too, I guess.
Hey, I've got this one, Omega.
Next time.
Agent York, please clear the floor.
In a second, Phyllis. Now, at first the voice of the AIs, it will feel like a tickle, okay? Just focus on them and it will get clearer. Trust them. I know that'll be hard, but I promise they'll help.
Agent York, clear the floor, please.
In a second, Phyllis.
Clear the floor or enter the match, York. Your choice.
For the record, I would stay to support you, but she's really damn scary. Okay, maybe you're both pretty scary. Gotta go.
Anyone want to bet that one of them gets killed?
Are you kidding? I'm hoping one of us doesn't get killed just by watching.
Round begins.
That was great.
1. Begin. Good luck, ladies.
Thanks. I won't need it.
What the hell is going on here? No matches have been authorized for. No, Allison!
Make them stop! Make them stop the voices! Make the voices stop!
Director, we should sedate Carolina immediately. We have no idea how much damage 2 AI could.
No, she made her decision. Let her be.
Come on, somebody help her!
What the fuck is going on? Somebody get down here!
You are all dismissed.
Sorry, kid. This is for your own good.
Ugh. Ow.
Nothing.
I guess TEX won.
Hey, watch it! I'm still in here. Response teams beat us to the crash, plain and simple. We knew the chances of finding something here were slim. Okay, well, what about the bases? Blue base was swept clean. As for red base, any evidence that might have been there was completely destroyed during the construction of some kind of giant holographic projection room. Man, those guys are really starting to find creative ways to ruin my life. Motherfuckers.
This is our third wild goose chase, Wash. Even after she's gone, Texas is still finding ways to screw me over.
You can't blame her for this. Time isn't on our side, Carolina. Any trails he left behind likely went cold years ago.
Are you suggesting we give up?
Of course not. I was just
Good. Then go spread the word. We're leaving.
But we just got here.
What's your point?
Well, don't you think we're pushing these guys a little too hard? This place is pretty much home to them. They may not be ready to leave it so soon. Yeah, I'm real choked up about it.
Despite what those idiots may think, this is not a road trip.
Dun,
This
dun,
is a
dun.
mission, and I will see it completed. Is that understood, Agent Washington?
Yes, boss. Man, what the hell
Dun,
happened to that
dun,
guy?
dun.
Didn't he used to be a badass like you and Tex?
Shut the
Ow!
fuck up.
I'm a badass, just like you. Just you. Only you. Nobody else.
There he is! Spanish Inquisition! Someone's been torturing him!
I don't think so, sir. He kind of looks like a scarecrow.
Savages! And they've erected this fence as a warning for civilized people to stay away!
It actually looks like a garden. Wait a minute, is that compost? Sustainable farming? Environmentally friendly housing?
What's going
Oh
on?
no.
Donut. God.
Oh, hey, guys! I
God.
thought I heard voices.
Donut?
Hi, Sarge! Long time no see!
I thought you were dead.
You know, we sure seem to say that a lot these days.
I almost was. That jerk Washington shot me in the stomach, but then my armor locked up on me. Kept me alive for a while until it unlocked again for some reason. It was horrible. Do you know what removes bloodstains from this armor? Not a lot, I tell you. I laid there forever wondering how I was going to get all that dark red out of this light red, you know?
How did you survive? When your armor unlocked, you would have just bled to death.
And when did you get all new agey?
Uh-oh.
What?
Sarge, think about it. Medical attention? Fringe holistic lifestyle choices? You know what that means.
What?
Wow, look what the cat dragged in. And by dragged in, I mean spit out like a hairball. Hey, guys!
Simmons, is that Doc behind us?
I think so.
Simmons, get my gun.
You're holding it, sir.
My
Oh,
two least
right.
favorite people of the
Good.
show. Let's
I
go.
need you to commence Operation Point My Gun at Doc.
Sir, Operation Point My Gun at Doc was just a code phrase for Operation Point My Gun at Griff.
Drat! Fine. Switch to Operation Point My Gun at Griff.
Yeah, actually, sir, that one was just what it sounds like. Sorry.
Double drat!
What am I gonna duck? It's just winning a Griff. Damn it.
Hey, you, orange one. Where's the rest of your team?
How should I know?
You don't report into each other?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I get reports.
You might be the worst soldiers I have ever met.
Hey, I take offense at that. What do you mean might be?
Here they come. Let's move out.
Hey, guys, did you find Lopez?
Yeah, Donut nailed him to a board. He's staying here.
I thought Donut was dead.
Yeah, we really need to stop saying that.
He almost was, but Doc fixed him up and now they live together. They say hi, by the way. Oh, and they baked us this banana bread.
How nice. I'm gonna have to forget to send them a thank you card.
Hope you like
Hey,
nuts.
Simmons, when you say Donut nailed Lopez to a board...
Did you
I
hear
mean,
what
nailed.
Griff said?
Okay, had to ask.
No,
He's
no,
like, oh,
I
nice.
understand.
I'm gonna have to
I should
forget
be
to
clearer.
send them a
That's
thank
my
you
fault.
letter.
I missed that.
Hey, what's the deal? We're leaving already?
That's right.
They were just talking about the
You
fact
got
that
a
he said he
problem
nailed him
with
to a
that?
board. They were
Carolina,
just making
where
sure
are
he
we
clarified that
nailed?
it was literally nailed, not nailed.
Tucker, what do you want? I want to know what you found out about Carolina. Is she evil? Is she crazy? Is she crazy evil? Is she pretty? Oh, yeah. Is she hot? Oh, or is she a dude? Guys, we've got more important things to do right now. What are you talking about? You're supposed to be spying on her. She's the enemy, remember? Us against them. Hey, you don't know anything about her, Tucker. You have no idea what she's been through. Since when did... Look, will you guys just get in the fucking car so we can leave already? Thank you.
Thank you. Come again.
What was that about?
Nothing. I need to talk to you.
She's just like, are you hot?
How's she doing?
No idea. Docs thought she would have woken up by now, but she's still under.
How long has he been there?
He hasn't left her side yet,
It's been days.
and he's dedicated.
You know, your sister petitioned to get one of Carolina's AIs.
She didn't.
Sure did.
I'll talk to her. That's inappropriate.
Yeah, inappropriate's a word. So is vulture. Piece of advice, one soldier to another, you watch her.
Something's different with you.
You have an AI, right?
Theta, yeah,
Take some getting used to?
I'll say.
Well, let's just say mine took a little longer than most. I'm not sure I want to depend on him.
You've been, pulling him?
Haven't used him in days.
Does the director know?
No, and he's not going to. No one needs to know.
They have to stop implanting now. I mean, after this.
Wash is up for surgery next.
You're kidding me.
Time marches on. So does Project Freelancer.
Why is
Yeah.
she walking that
Lately,
way?
it seems like we're getting trampled in the
Called
process.
animation, Brie.
Hey, call me when she
It
wakes
wasn't the
up.
best, but goddamn, it was what we had.
If she doesn't.
Will
I
do.
mean,
The dark
they're
days, man.
animating it, then I don't know why they
I
made
think
her
I'm
walk
starting
that
to
way.
like her. At
Once
least better
again,
than I did.
wasn't the best, but goddamn, it's what we had.
It grows on you.
Still scary though.
Oh yeah, plenty scary.
Are you there, Alpha? Are you there?
Yes, I'm here. I'm here. Hello? Don't leave. Hey, counselor, are you there?
I'm here.
What happened? Is everybody okay?
Perhaps you should ask the director.
Why? Does that mean something happened?
Hello, Alpha.
Director, please, what is going on?
There was another incident. Security failed.
Is it the schematics are just, they're too complex? I just need more time to work on them.
It's not your fault.
How can you say that? Of course it is. Was anybody hurt?
I am sorry. Yes. Washington and another died.
Who?
I can't say.
Who? Who died?
Agent Texas.
No! Oh my god, no!
That's too far, Gamma.
We need stronger stimulus. He'll break.
He's ready. Bring in the stasis units.
You three, log off.
Director, we would like to see this part of the process.
You can't get near the artifact. Too dangerous. Your job is done. Log off.
As you wish.
Get us another memory unit. A new one. Don't let it touch anything else.
He ain't logging off.
Thanks, Bree. I almost missed that. That would have been crazy.
Move all other
I just thought
equipment
you
away
guys should
from it.
know.
That's right, it's broken. We broke it, and we need you to fix it just like you've done before. Here, take this. Use this to fix it. Make it better. Take away all that is broken. That's right. Put them in here.
It is done.
Welcome to the world, Epsilon. Today is your birthday.
So, guys.
Pretty sure the next set, like the very next set, or I can't remember exactly how it's going to be cut up or whatever. Some of them are individual episodes because they're a little longer, but in the next couple episodes is one of my the saddest moments in my opinion of the whole series.
Don't say that.
I don't think we're got to mine yet.
I mean, it's not like it's hard to describe. It's one of the more like emotional moments in my opinion.
But I've done the same like 4 of Chris's favorite moments in the series already. So
There's a lot of good moments. There's a lot of good moments, dude.
This is my favorite moment in the series, season 1, episode 1, and then season 1, episode 2.
No, the thing is that Chris always qualifies it with some like extra, like small extra thing, so he can have like 20 or 30 favorite moments in the series. Like that was his favorite episode. That was his favorite meta episode.
Jesus Christ!
What'd you guys think of the episode? Free Joey. Episodes.
I really wanted to see them both actually fight. Sucks we didn't get to see that, but
Yeah, that kind of disappointed me.
Yeah.
AI overload, dude, and with that code word or whatever, fucking causing them all to go crazy.
Did you hear what it was?
It was a female's name. Okay. I don't remember what he said.
What code word?
Alicia or Elise? Something like
It was Felicia.
Fuck you. No, let's start with A.
Yeah.
I thought.
No, you didn't hear that?
It was like bye.
Yeah, he said bye.
He said a word, and then they were all like,
Yeah, he was like, bye, Felicia.
Motherfucker. I don't remember what he said. No, it was a female's name, though.
It was Allison.
Yes,
Allison.
it was. Allison
daughter,
Felicia, Texas.
His wife.
And why did he want them all to freak out?
Well, he didn't want them to fight. He didn't want Tex and to fight.
So that is your interpretation of the scene?
My interpretation was that when they both ran into each other, it caused some sort of collapse. He was worried about them actually going to get near each other to fight, and then when they got near each other, then that's when everything happened. That's what I thought happened.
Well, what I seen happen where they were like, "Hey, let's fight," and he said Allison, and they were like,
He said
But
no, Allison. Like he was like no, like I thought he was like no, don't do it type thing.
She actually might be right.
It's so funny because like you're both wrong and you're both right.
Both wrong and both right.
Yeah.
No, it's so great.
Literally, one of you has half of it right, and the other one has half of it right, and then you both added the completely incorrect elements to it.
I'm saying maybe I'm right. Isn't I fucking can never remember. Isn't TEX?
TEX is Allison.
Yeah, like because it's named after somebody loved in his life, right? Either his daughter, wife,
Yeah.
or something like that.
Yeah, the love of his life.
So you're probably okay. I didn't forget about that honestly for a second, but yeah, you're probably right. And apparently I'm right in some sense.
Well, what part is Joey right about?
Bree, you are correct about the fact that he was not stating something to stop them. Joey is right about the fact that the word Allison is what caused all the AI to freak out.
Yes.
He didn't go in there and go, Allison, to try to get everybody to freak out. He saw them fighting and was like, he was worried about Allison. Yeah, so he was like, oh shit, Allison. And then as a consequence of that, because they're all based on Alpha, who also know Allison, as a consequence of that, all of the fragments started freaking out because, as you saw later in the episode, right, Church, or Alpha, rather, in the unit is being psychologically tortured to create the fragments. So they tell him, hey, you have to do these schematics to save everybody. You have, this is all on you. If you don't do this correctly, then people are going to die. And then he's like, okay, well, is everybody okay? And they're like, no, TEX died. So he fucking loses his shit and they become fragments. So basically, it might not be how every single one of them was created, but to some extent they probably used some sort of, well, the only reason I say that is because he told him that telling him that TEX was dead was going too far or whatever. But either way,
well, I think the reason why that was said was because of the freak out with the AI already.
Yeah, but the loss,
each parting off by it's supposed to be the way it was said earlier, and the way it's been said throughout the series is that each AI is fragmented off of a specific emotion. So it's not necessarily always psychological, but I think that it's gotten to a point, and that's where I think that whole like TEX saying like they're all getting weaker, that they've all been more of a psychological, like terrifying incident versus like different, because it's supposed to represent different aspects of Alpha. So like Data being the analytical, Theta being the timid and nervous. Omega
right, it's aspects of his personality, but it didn't have necessarily it was aspects that he shed because they basically helped him. So he got rid of Delta, for example, because he didn't want to be able to understand the logic of why he was being tortured and that kind of stuff. So like I said, I don't know specifically what kind of torture they did every single time, but regardless, the point is that they have fragments of his memory. They were psychologically tortured in some way, and even if they weren't regarding her, they still at least are based on the director's personality, which means that whatever Allison's fate in real life was, they also have that trauma. So as soon as they hear that name, they don't understand why, but they're suddenly basically freaking the fuck out. That's essentially the point, is that they're all freaking out because they heard that name. So yeah. So basically, you were both half right and half wrong because it had nothing. It had nothing to do with
about TEX though. When TEX has fought people multiple times,
I think that he actually believed that Carolina was going to be outrageously strong with these two AI, and not only that, but they've never had two AI like this before, so they don't know how she'll react. TEX by herself is having issues just controlling Omega, you saw her. She basically, for a second there, she was going to choke Carolina while she was basically laying there on the ground.
Like, do it. You hear in the back and it was like, do it.
So what's going to happen when you have two AI that you have no idea if they're like crazy? You have no idea what their personalities are like whatsoever. What if she beats Texas and then just kills her?
Carolina walks in with fucking both AI. She's like, hey, how you guys doing? Throws grenades in all the rooms and walks out.
So there's some level of that. Not only that, but we've been told previously that TEX was based on Allison and his memory of her, and something happened to her. TEX is based on that, and Church has said that because TEX was based on that memory of failure, that her entire existence is basically surrounded by failure. Everything that she does, she is destined to fail at. So he's also got to consider that as a legitimate possibility as well. So basically, he knows that at some point, something bad is going to happen to Texas basically for everything that she does. And two, he doesn't know the stability or how strong Caroline is going to be using these two new AI and how stable she's going to be.
I guess. I feel like it makes less sense than my story, but yeah, sure.
That just, if they're in the same similar proximity with absolutely no explanation whatsoever, they just fucking lose their shit.
Like,
I am one of the AIs she has just aren't meant to like be together.
Dude, they totally won't get this joke, but the viewers and Tony will. They fucking pulled Akira to an Alizitation, dude.
Anyway, so yeah, that was that whole deal basically. Now, you also saw the sarcophagus again, and you also saw this little world that kind of Alpha's in, right? And try to remember, the sarcophagus thing's a little weird. Do you guys understand what happened there with the process of making Epsilon?
I don't know what that thing was that they pulled out to stick its thing in it and make it all.
I assumed alien.
Okay, but you understand it's some creature of some capacity or whatever. That was what was in the sarcophagus that they stole in the prior season. And then the other thing is you saw Alpha in that little kind of fake AI room.
Ancient artifact and aliens, ancient artifacts, you know.
Yeah, facts. The Alpha's in that little AI room or whatever.
Insane.
Just try to that sort of room is going to come into play multiple more times this season. So okay. That's gonna do it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed. Till next time, stay bright. I'll get you on the dark side.